All right, so yeah, we're here on the gunnery range. I've been here for at least a couple days, and doesn't look like much, does it? It's actually very pretty. This is the Barium Goldwater Military Gunnery and Bombing Range. It's operated by the U.S. Air Force. It's split into two sections. The Air Force operates that section east of the Cabeza Prieta Mountains, over on the other side there. And then the Marine Corps operates this section over here on the western side. I'll go up here on the hill in a second just to show you the panorama. But what's interesting about this whole area, it's not just dead looking desert as it may look. You look at all the rocks and all that sort of stuff. And I'll show you some more stuff over there. But there's really a lot of plant life here. Take a look at this. You know what those are? Yeah, they're cactus. Those are actually not saguaro, but they're organ pipe cactus. And in fact, the Organ Pipe National Monument, again, when we get on the hill, I'll show you, is quite a few miles over that way. But you do have some saguaro, I believe, over out in this section over here, along with the Palo Verde tree, which is kind of hugging the cactus here. And then you've got the ocotillos all over the place right here too. So let's climb up on the top of the hill here for a second. I'll show you the panorama. Hopefully you can hear me with the wind. So that's looking roughly southeasterly. Let's go this way. And then the Mexican border is going to be along that way, about 30 miles down that way. And the Marine Corps Air Station Yuma, it's off in the distance over there. City of Yuma is out over this way here. And then kind of I call it an eastern sprawl of Yuma, is Fortuna Foothills, right over this way here. And then working our way back, looking to the east, the Cabeza Prieta Mountains right here. Besides being a bombing range and then also a wildlife reserve, as well as a national monument over there, as well as an international border over there. This whole area is along what was called the Camino del Diablo back in the Spanish conquistadores days, and it was also known as the Camino del Muerte. So Coronado and his guys, back in the old days of the Spanish exploration, back in the 1500s, they were coming up from what is now present-day Sonora, Mexico, which would be out that way, up and over and east quite a few miles, because they were exploring, for the old fabled 7 cities of gold. Was it Cibola? And the cities paved with the golden streets and all that. And then when they got out to one section out there, they heard from the Indians about the confluence of 2 rivers. And so Coronado sent one of his captains out with a party to travel northwesterly to look for that confluence of 2 rivers. That confluence of 2 rivers, by the way, is the confluence of the Colorado and the Gila rivers, right out this way over near Yuma. And consequently, Coronado's captain came through this whole section here, and it was just to them a barren wasteland of lack of water and no animals, no food or anything like that. And so they didn't make it on their expedition. It was just an expedition of hardships. So later on then, fast forward, there was a Spanish priest that brought a party out, and he eventually made his way through here and mapped out all the water sources that he could find, so that then it paved the way for others after him to come up. And the first notable one of after him was De Anza, and if I recall correctly, De Anza is the one that came up this way through southeastern California, eventually got up to the Bay Area, and he's the one that founded the settlement of San Francisco, California. So, but after that though, the American settlers started coming west because of the gold rush, and some of them tried to come up through here, through this area, and some of them tried to come up in the summer, and that wasn't a good idea. And so, because of all the hardships, all the lack of water, all the deaths that happen along this route, that's how the name Camino del Diablo, or Camino de Muerte, finally stuck, and that's its name until today. And actually, vestiges of the route, I'll show it to you here in a second, are still visible, and they're actually still used. But like I said, it is actually a very pretty area. If you actually get into these spots down here that are protected from the weather, they aren't all windswept. They get more of the water from the monsoonal rains, mostly, that wash through here each year. But look how big these things get. Quite tall. That thing's at least 30 feet tall. Yeah, nice colors here. So like I said, the Camino del Diablo is still in use today, but just for recreational purposes, as well as the occasional military use. But here it is right here. Right along here. Extends on that way towards the Cabeza Preta Mountains, eventually turns southerly down towards the border, and then again makes a jog to the southeast. So yes, you can actually get here onto the range. You got to get a permit, and in order to get a permit, you got to take a safety briefing online, which consists of a simple video, which for the most part goes over common sense stuff like don't pick up unexploded bombs, and don't step on round metallic things that are in the ground. So anyway, it's the Barium Goldwater range right out here, just south of Yuma, Arizona. So that's it for this time, and let's see what the next video has in store for us. How about the largest collection of Ford Model Ts, not only in California, but probably in the world? They're all right here.